Tiffy, it was interesting seeing seeing you react to us in our Star Trek bars. So are you officially gonna gonna watch a little bit of Star Trek now? I don't know. You don't have to answer that. I just
Oh
thought that was
no, I'm not an anti. I think I would probably get into Star Trek more than I would Star Wars, to be honest. Because like Star Trek was always just on. Yeah.
Hold on, yeah. Hold on. Let us help you.
Yeah, I don't know. Because Star Trek, like there's some familiarity then. Like that was one that was always on in the house, so it was on in the background. And with the recent movies, they're not terribly recent now, but you know, more recent than most. But the Star Trek movies with Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto and things like that, I've seen those, and I've still seen nothing of Star Wars that has stuck. Like, and that's just my. Don't act shocked. I feel like we've had this conversation.
I feel like there's a disdain for Star Wars in your household right now, and we need to talk about this.
I'm not sure why. We just weren't a Star Wars household. Okay. I have a lot of friends that are big Star Wars heads, and they all have this reaction. I've been to one watch party where we tried to watch some of the Star Wars, but my old nemesis Tequila was present. Did you fall asleep?
Tequila would be a Sith Lord
for my life.
Sith Lord,
growing up, my entire internal organs. It was so bad, and I have no recollection of that movie.
So this might be why you don't watch Star Wars, because like your only memory of it is you getting sick off tequila. You see what I'm saying?
And I'm just so triggered, and I'm like, and I'm like, it means something different for me. I would do it again though. In fact, I'm gonna write it down because I'm taking notes for what I want to start for my Patreon. I would do watch parties. And like a Star Wars watch party could be a fun thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Let us be involved. And listen, I for one have gone past like the vitriol reaction that Yaz had public, like outwardly, is the same I used to when people used to talk about stuff. I get it. Now it's a little easier to accept because the world's so vast. When it was just movies, I was kind of like, all right, come on, man, but now it's gotten a lot deeper, so we'll get into that.
And I know that we can't talk about it, but if there was a series I was going to jump in on and want to watch, it'd be Ahsoka. And that's why other weeks I've asked, I was like, what do I need to know to catch up?
It's Rebels and Clone Wars. You got to watch Rebels and Clone Wars are the two things. But just keep in mind, Tiffy, they're 30-minute episodes, and Clone Wars has like 7 seasons or something like that. It's got a lot of seasons.
And my power of catching up.
Yes, like what a sales pitch. Like, by the way,
I'm gonna warn her.
And at the end of the day, I might just jump into it raw.
Ooh, hey, that's the best way to go. That's the best way to go. Best way to go.
All right,
I have a question though, Tavi. Like, as an actress, and being in theater like you are, do you like productions? Because I know this may be a stupid question, but I don't know. But do you like productions that have that like portray the theater side of it, like that give you like the musicals, the like
Hamlet and shit like that?
Yeah.
Are you asking what type of theater I prefer, like musical theater versus like straight plays?
I think he's asking like if you like musicals in theater, like in a movie theater.
Yeah, like basically. I guess it'd be better to do this. There's a series. I won't say the name of the series, but the series does have these moments where it becomes theater production. It becomes more of a theater production. So everybody, even though it is an actual series or television series or whatever, the production goes from television series to actual theater production. And I'm curious, are you interested?
Well done, Ty. Well done.
Yeah,
well done, friend. I see what you did there.
I personally am not like pressed either way when it comes to things like that. Like I don't prefer it or not prefer it, but what you described, and I know you're probably being vague for a reason, but that sounds interesting. I would watch that.
Okay.
Well, then.
Well, good.
We'll talk off the air.
Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat right now.
Then we will plug you in.
So you know what that like kind of just reminded me of when you were like describing that to Tiffy. Have you guys seen the After Party on Apple TV?
Yes,
I have. Yeah.
Okay, so Tiffy, if you haven't, check out like the first couple episodes, like the first 2 or 3, and see if you like it, because that's how they kind of start out. You know what I'm saying? Like it's got
I tried.
It's got a little bit in there.
I'll give anything a try.
That shit is funny. It's funny as hell though.
I can watch like Shorzy. I'll hear about this later. If I could watch Shorzy, I could watch anything.
Shorzy?
Oh my God, you're not.
Look. All right, let's get
It's
Tiffy
got a
out
lot
of
this.
I forgot to. Here's a question that I didn't get to ask. He did a song with India Arie, and I wanted to ask him what it was like to work with India Arie.
Me too.
I wanted to ask if because I ain't gonna lie, one of the things that I took away the most was his the Steph question that led to him telling what happened on Emancipation was profound. That was
fire
profound.
question. Fire
No,
question.
thank you. I wanted to apologize to Bad Ty for keeping going. I knew you had a thing, but he's giving a lot of general answers, and I was like, I really want something specific that feels unique to this moment. So I was like, oh,
don't apologize to me, yo, Steph. Steph, listen, I live for your questions. I'm not even going.
Yes,
I'm not going to hold you.
Yeah,
never like. Whenever you're here,
whenever
I will take the back seat happily, because I know
contributions. And over here, like, all right, FMK.
No. Look, this is what I know. When Steph pulls up with the notepad, it's about to be a good day. Goddamn it! When Steph got the notepad,
she did her homework. It's definitely going down.
Notepad, Tiffy, I'm telling you, get the fuck back.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a whole Oprah moment. There's a whole 60 minutes. We ready. And when I saw this, I was like,
we all contribute is what's important. I contribute vibes.
Tiffy, you do way more than that. Come on now.
I just want to know, what were you eating?
Yeah, what was
that? Thank you. It was an acai bowl, and that shit was, I was fucking it up.
I know, like I was watching you eat it, and you were just like, you were trying not to make the
because I was not gonna eat on camera. That was not my intention. But when you put my face up there, I'll accidentally right mid bite. I'm like, fuck it, we're here now. Like I might as well just eat my breakfast since that's what we're doing.
Tiffy's over here like this, just like.
I swear, I do be forgetting sometimes that Tiffy's on the West Coast. She's 3 hours behind us.
Yes.
And I be forgetting sometimes. She said breakfast. I was like, I said, oh shit, that's right.
Yes. I was like, I wasn't gonna eat, but I'm just like, this is delicious. I'm about to just enjoy my breakfast.
Delicious.
And I'm like, yeah, tell us more.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. When I was looking at you eating it, I was like, is that mashed potatoes and gravy? Like, what is that? Like, I was trying to figure it out.
No, it was an acai bowl, and it had like bananas and I think
strawberries.
It had bananas, strawberries, lots of shredded coconut and honey. It was good. It was my fruit. Yeah. I had a breakfast burrito the other day.
It was very smooth too. It was very smooth.
It was nice and melty. It was the perfect amount of honey. And then I think I'm a sweetened shredded coconut girl now.
Oh, man.
Let me find out. Okay. Couple things that I was going to ask, and then we'll let everybody go ahead and get up out of here and enjoy our days. And for those watching, whether you watching live or on the replay, thank you again. Make sure you hit. Listen to us on the actual, like, our podcast numbers are picking up, believe it or not. And one of my biggest flaws is not paying any mind to the audio portion of it. Like, I just look at us as a TV show. I ain't gonna leave it. But Ty has been giving us the numbers. He's been keeping track of the numbers on audiobook.
Steadily on the rise. Steadily on the rise.
And so the Spotify numbers, I think Apple Podcasts was the one that looks like it's like picking up. So for those listening, thank you for listening. Tell a friend, man. That's where it's got to be. I got to start putting more info into investment.
I'm telling everybody when I go places, I'm like, yo, like.
But see, I normally say YouTube, Yaz, and I got to start being like Spotify and Apple.
See, but I say all of it though. I'm like, we're on all platforms that you podcast, and people are like, really? And I'm like, if you look us up, I'm like, Google the New Blerd Order. I was like, there's more than 7 different places you can stream the New Blerd Order. I'm like, please check us out, and that's a big thing. We streaming all over the place, dog. We in this bitch.
Man. I love it. So I didn't get to ask him who his top 5 dead or alive hip hop artists were. That was something that I was interested in. I think he would have enjoyed that question. I would have, if we had time, I would have done top 5 dead, then top 5 alive. But we lost that time. And then the other one was when is this rap process involve any medicinal products of sorts?
Yes. You can check his Instagram and it will show you the answer.
Yeah, but see, some people are closeted medicinal participants. You know what I'm saying? And some people are outward medicinal participants.
Those who live in illegal states. Those who live in illegal states are the closeted ones. Those who live in illegal states are the ones that are not closeted.
Well, no, when you're in the industry, okay,
yeah, that's true.
You may not want to put that type of, you may not, there may be some projects that, they don't
be excluded from because of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't want to put him on blast. I had it on my sheet, but I was like, if he's like, I'm there with y'all for the whole, but I was like, nah, all right, that went back. So those are my, and another one about, John Cho and what it was like to work with.
Yeah. He's got the second music video on there it's literally his hang. Look on his page, the second music video, him like in the shower or something like that.
Yeah, he's definitely.
I guess if he was doing,
got one like this big hanging out of his mouth. It's like fucking.
Yeah, but you could always say, that was.
Snoop has changed the perspective of most Hollywood. I mean, if him and Martha Stewart can sit on their show, I'm just saying.
Did you know they made them into elves on a shelves as well? You can get a Snoop. You can get a Snoop and a Martha little elf on the shelf. They're fucking adorable, by the way.
Yeah,
I did not know.
You gotta check that shit out. It's funny.
I would definitely look into
that. Gotta
get
a Snoop on a stoop.
Speaking of stoop, this is making my lungs mighty hungry. Let's go ahead and wrap this up, man, so we can talk some stuff next week. From those of y'all at home, from you and your phones, from you and your cars, whatever, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure y'all go hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the follow button, YouTube, Instagrams, and the Facebooks, and everything else, Twitch, Twitter, or is it Twitter? What is it, X now? I heard it's like an X
Twitter.
Now.
I only acknowledge Twitter.
It's still Twitter, isn't it?
Yeah,
his mama called on Twitter, so I'm gonna call on Twitter. That's what the fuck it is. And be your authentic self, as we always say. On behalf of myself, Steph, Tiffy, Yaz, Bad Ty, as well as Nolly, Omar.
I'm sorry, Drake.
Oh, my bad. Bad
no.
Drake.
You the sexy Drake. Let's get this right.
As well as Tyrone and all others who have definitely grazed us. We just want to say thank you for pulling up and be your authentic self. If you ain't being yourself, you're being fake. And since today was a little shorter, why don't you use the rest of your time to check out some of our other YouTube videos? Just youtube.com/The New Blerd Order. Go ahead, write a comment, and we will respond maybe if it was good enough. And like I said, be yourself. You're not being fake. And if you're a geek, go ahead. If you're a geek like Boo, then let that geek flag fly. And since this is the end of the show, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go out on one of the Black Soup on Mustafa, aka Moo, aka Effortless song from his album. Here it is.
I'm a black superhero. I'm a black superhero. I'm a black superhero. I'm a black superhero.
It's that iceberg slim, Nikki Giovanni, Shaft in the black Cadillac right behind me. Nat Turner with a burner fine from the pews. Harriet in the chariot, never miss a cue. Running fools out the room, make them lose their shoes. Mississippi Delta putting tussin' on our blues. Too cool for school, we do for true. We knew the news before dude could move. I caught him in his chest like cuckoo could chew. Lottie-dottie his body, laid out his crew. Mommy's kamikaze, blades out the womb. Harikari not sorry, made out of doom. I side with the homie, Kami if opportune. Pray like Islamis and bomb me in the tomb. It ain't hard to find me, my mind be in bloom. Assign me the boom, my kind be a loom. I'm not a